Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, glowing up, but we still trapped. That's how a nigga survives. Flowing out, got the crowd packed. Yeah, that's how a nigga provides. Y'all insta this, y'all snap that, y'all diss this, and they snap back. Another mass shooting in the headlines. I'm like, damn, where that attack at? Cause y'all think this about race. They font that shit in your face. It's like every day it's the same agenda. It's really not that hard to trace. Fuck it, we might as well face it. Accept it, whatever it's wrapped in. There'll come a day when they run out of grace. So me and my niggas stay trapping. Yeah, ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Hey, someone be too who I wanted to be and then what I became. Ended up going my own way, but I couldn't stay in my lane. Now if I'm honest, I've taken a liking to wearing these chains. They hold me down, make it easier when I start feeling the pain. Out of the overflow, your heart, they say your mouth speaks. Well, my heart must be fucked up, cause I can't speak and I can't sleep. So I stay woke in this daydream. Got shit to do, got the world to see. Got the same crew, got some new fleets. There's an empire, fucking boutique, that's real. I only say what I feel, got a new plate with the same meal. On a new hype with the same chill. Y'all too fake, I stay real. Got cast down from heaven, but I'm too good to stay in hell. I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, hey, I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, oh well. We ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah. She call me Captain, but I got no cap. I make this money, it comes out on tap. Tryna stay private, but I got them groupies. Owe me in private, but don't get all choosy. Bust out the bubble and in with the new me. FTLOG on the top of the blue jeans. Y'all got the diamonds and I got the rubies. I got the rubies, I got the rubies. She call me Captain, but I got no cap. I make this money, it comes out on tap. Tryna stay humble, but I get real moody. Try not to stumble, but she a real cutie. Bust out the bubble and in with the newbie. FTLOG on the top of the blue jeans. Y'all got the diamonds and I got the rubies. I got the rubies, I got the rubies.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
What else are you hiding from me?
Nothing. Frank, I'm trying to talk to you about business.
What's behind that door?
That's the neighbor's door. That's
Hold
why
this-
it's all...
hold this way.
Stop, Frank. Listen, man, I didn't want to have to be constantly cleaning toilets.
What are you doing here? Go to the fucking gym.
Holy shit!
My name is Will Normus.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and yo hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2, flexing on all you beaches. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe. We're live on Rumble and YouTube, and of course, Apple Podcasts and Spotify. The Daily Swole. Leave a 5-star review and check us out. Go to swolenormous.com for all the links. You could join the Swole fam over there. Check out the app. You could check out merch. Everything over at swolenormous.com. Let's get into today's episode. We got some merch to kick us off from your favorite pitmaster. Ooh, we like pitmaster. We like ribs. We like fucking barbecue. And he posted his stories, tagging ya boy, that treadmill kicked my ass before the actual workout, rocking the only Swole merch. Let's fucking go. Making those gains, bro. Good for you. And enjoy the pit mastering. Love that merch. Love the white only Swole. Classic. Thanks for rocking it. Appreciate it. Fucking fire. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. We're going to get into the tip right now. We're going to start off with some Rate My Meal, and then we're going to get into some Swole fan posts. Without further ado, it's time for that tip, baby.
Just an inch. Just an inch. It's cold outside.
We got a Swole card to give away. If you are a member, you already got your Swole text. It is Swole for Life. Drop that in the comments down below. Hashtag Swole for Life for a chance to win today's Swole card. Look at the little Pupperdooski. There's the Pinkston Churchill, and there's the big old mustard man looking great. So nice little golf clap for those puppers. Repping it well. Fam, it is time for some Rate My Meal. This is like a marriage, for better or for worse. Let's see what we got here. Getting into some meal action. Rate My Meal. Gina Tucker. This is a throwback. We've done this one before. And how do I recognize it? Because who aligns their plate like this? Unless Gina's doing this all the time. I've seen this before. We have, I guess, this is like the Battle of the Bastards. This is, I don't know, the Battle for Gondor. This is just, all the troops are amassed. We have carrots versus broccoli. I mean, everyone loses there. We got some salmon and shrimp trying to hold the line. So tell me you're OCD without telling me you're OCD. But first off, I do understand this plate. You have the salmon and you have the prawns. Get it? You have the prawns. Get it? Hey, all right. Too soon? You have the shrimp that are taking a last stand. This is the last stand. This is like Helm's Deep. You know, you have the wall, you got the shrimp lined up, you got the salmon, and they're like, hold the fucking line. And the carrots and the broccoli are threatening. So I'll eat the center. I'll leave the outside for goats and or the compost heap. Gino Antonio Sabatini. I gave in to the free cheese corn dogs last week. We got problems. Hold on. We got problems.
Come on. Stop whining.
Inconceivable!
All right. Gino, can I call you Gino? I'm going to call you Gino. I gave into the free cheese corn dogs last week. We got a couple issues here. Corn dogs, for one thing, free. Yeah. You're accepting free cheese. You're accepting free corn dogs. Free corn dogs. We got problems. We got problems if you think that free corn dogs are the way to go. Corn dogs are one thing. Free food, you got to be careful with that. Obviously not a good choice. But, yeah. All right. Jonathan Law, laying down the law indeed. Jonathan, what do we got here? We got some broccoli. Everyone's loving broccoli. I feel like this is broccoli week. We always have a week. We have either cottage cheese. It's like a pea fetish. It's fucking carrot fetish. There's always a fetish with these posts. This is why I feel like everyone that posts this kind of stuff, everyone's on the same page. I feel like everyone communicates and then it's like, okay, let's flood this feed. We're doing Rate My Meal. Papa's doing Rate My Meal. Everyone eat broccoli. Go, broccoli. Send it. We got sweet potatoes. We got steak. I'm a fan. The green, the broccoli, the steak. I'll take it. I'll take the wins where I can get it. Mike Condon, homemade chicken parm. Okay, homemade, ingredients matter. So good for you for cooking your own food. Obviously, sauce, the noodles, and things like that. There could be quality concerns with that. So make sure you use real ingredients. Opt for things like, grass-fed cheese, raw cheese if you can. Make your own noodles. Who's making their own fucking noodles? But, there's tons of wheat germ agglutinin that can cause people inflammation, and wheat flour and stuff like that can cause people problems. But quality chicken and quality cheese, no problems there. Good for cooking your own food. That's preference. I'm not a chicken parm fan personally. Let's see. Chicken parm is one of those things where you try to, I don't know. It's just a lot of flavors to cover up bland ass chicken. But I don't mind chicken and cheese. I just don't need all the extras. I'm not a lasagna fan either. It's not my bag. Reimel, short. We got steak. We got eggs. I don't know what's that on top. Are those chicken wings? All right. Well, that's based. You got a lot of meat here. I like your meat. Reimel. I like it. I like your meat. Steven, Albuquerque. I like your meat, my God.
Get in my belly!
Steak and eggs on top. This is one of the best things you can eat. When I say best things you can eat, one of the best combinations is meat with eggs. If you want to make a burger patty. Forget the bun and all that extra garbage, unless you have, quality sourdough and stuff like that, or, pick your poison if you're going to be dabbling with other shit. But nice, juicy burger patty with egg on top is fantastic. Put some bacon. You don't need cheese. You don't need the lettuce and tomato. You just need the good stuff. So loving that. Loving that. All right. So let's get into another one. What do we got here? Oh, that's the last one. That's the last one. All right. We made it. Not bad. What was the worst one today? Corn dogs? What was the worst thing that happened today? Corn dogs? Not that bad. Not that bad. We've had worse things than corn dogs. So not bad. Not bad. All right. Let's get into Swole Fam posts. Where are my Swole Fam posts at? Very nice. We got a couple here. This is from the Swole Fam, the greatest Swole Fam in Zahrealm, the only Swole Fam in Zahrealm. So let's get into this first one from Mark.
What's in the box?
Got a great post. Join us over at swolenormousx.com. These are from the Swolenormous app. So make sure you join us, download the app, and get access to all of our awesome content. Join the Swole Fam community as the world goes insane and everything gets automated. Make contact with real fucking people around the world that are trying to improve themselves. 7 pillars, making gains. We'd love to see you over there. Candyman, Papa acting like he hasn't had a corn dog in his mouth before. Ooh, shots fired. I don't think I've ever had a corn dog. I've had hot dogs. I don't think I've ever had a corn dog, to be honest. I feel like I have at some point. I feel like at some point I've had one. It's just bread, right? It's just bread fried, puff around the actual hot dog. It's like essentially a hot dog with a bun. It's just on a stick, right? They just put the bun around the hot dog. I guess it's corn. It's like breaded hot dog, whatever. Mark says, what up fam? A small little life update on my end. I have mentioned a few times during the stream and roundtables of my best friend and former training partner who essentially complains nonstop. For those that don't know, let me give a quick summary. Essentially, all he does is complain and bitch. He's a lefty, so go figure. And he refuses to do what's necessary to essentially level up. And he has a problem with me talking shit about doctor or doctors just because his sister is one. She's a physical therapist. Okay. Can we need to reclassify. This is something that I'm not a fan of. We really have to get shit together when it comes to calling someone a doctor. If you have a doctorate, come on, you're not a doctor. Let's stop with this. If you're a physical therapist, you're not a doctor of physical therapy. The only reason that they made it a doctor is so they can charge more, and it makes it seem like it's more, higher level. They can charge you more money. It used to be a master's degree. You don't need a doctorate to be a physical therapist. That's retarded. So I'm just saying, if that's the case, if that's, like Dr. Jill Biden. Give me a fucking break. If you're a doctor, everyone that says doctor, you're a medical doctor. Everyone knows medical doctor. If someone says, oh, you're a doctor? Yeah, I'm a doctor. I have my doctorate in history. You're not a doctor, bro. A PT is not a medical doctor. Everyone that says doctor, you're thinking medical. You're thinking MD or specialist and something like that. Let's just, I understand the doctorate. No, but you're saying, oh, doctor this, and you're a physical therapist? Like, come on. The ego, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of it. It's just an ego thing. You pay extra money, right? The degree to get a physical therapy maybe went from 60K to like 150, and now, oh, I'm a doctor now. Come on. That's just an ego shit. It's not real. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Anyway, well, I finally had enough. And, like a lawyer, you don't call a lawyer a doctor. I have my Juris Doctorate. Okay. Come on. Let's keep doctor for the doctors. And yes, you can make fun of them because a lot of them are fat, unhealthy, retarded, and brainwashed. So they're just people, right? They're just people. Okay. Let's see. So really I don't care about the consonants. I care about if you know what you're talking about. And I think everyone does now. Anyone that has a little bit of independent thought in their brain, a couple brain cells to rub together, you just want someone to know what they're talking about. I don't care where you went to school, right? The person who graduated last in their class at medical school is called doctor. So, yeah. All right. Mark continues, well, I finally had enough and feffed him like a motherfucker. It sucks, but I don't think I can keep holding on to someone that just does not match the more improved version of myself and wants to constantly find a reason as to not to do better. And it just doesn't sit well with me. I feel as if a fat Lizzo has been lifted off my shoulder. A fat Lizzo. Where's my Lizzo? Yeah.
You can be fat and be healthy. I'm sorry, Lizzo, healthier than I will ever be.
Mark continues, I know this Swole fam aren't my friends, we're family. And I feel like this community that I am a part of not only will uplift me when I need it, but will also give me a good slap in the tits, a kick in the ass, or a good punch in the taint in order to hold me accountable to avoid fucking up. It's going to take some time to get over this loss, but I have to see the positive outcomes from this. I want people in my life that will want to do better and not just stay in their own personal bubble. I look forward to the people that I will meet moving forward and the bonds that we will forge. I hear you, Mark. It's tough when someone doesn't want to hear reason or your opinions, and you could have different viewpoints on things, but it really depends. People, it's fine if you have strong beliefs, but you should hold them loosely. When you have better information or conflicting information, you should want to know why. And if it's someone that's a close friend, there could be reasons, but the tough thing is when you have family or friends and people that knew you since before you took care of yourself and you've reforged your identity and the other person hasn't, there's a conflict and they're not going to understand. They keep on trying to drag you back to the past or drag you down to their level. It might not be conscious or intentional. It's just most people don't want, when you become successful in your personal life in any manner that can shine a mirror on what someone else is not doing, people take that as an attack to their ego and they protect themselves and they just project this insecurity. And in other words, it's negativity. It's negativity. If they're really your friend, they want you to succeed. They want you to do better. And this is why people might tease you about bringing your food places. And sometimes you just tease and you chide, and dudes do this, you kind of talk shit to each other. It's kind of a hazing ritual between, especially like in male circles, because you want to make sure that the person's not a pussy. So you're always joking and, kind of trolling and talking shit because you want to, it's just a confirmation that the other person can handle it and they're not a huge bitch. If someone's like, oh, complaining and going and tattling on you, get the fuck out of here. No one wants to spend time with a pussy. So it sucks, but sometimes people are friends for a season or seasons and you can't force people along with you. It's not that you don't want bad or ill will towards that person, but sometimes you just don't get along. And it's not like we're saying you join the Swole fam, get rid of everyone. You can't talk to people. You can only talk to the Swole fam. We're a Swole cult, but we're not like, oh, those people are evil. You just need to surround yourself with more positivity and people that are trying to improve. And very few people are going to be on that journey with you. Very few people are looking to do that. And it's unfortunate. And when you make those positive changes in your own life, it exposes things around you and then you can't unsee it. So it's kind of step up or, you move on. So who knows? Who knows if that will change if they come around, but you can't force people. And the thing is, you can't hold yourself back. You can't hold yourself back because other people don't want to change. You got to step up. You got to do what's right for you. And sometimes that means distancing yourself from negativity and certain people. All right, a couple more responses, or one more response. I think we have a different post next. Tell me the most important thing you've learned since joining the Swole fam. I know it's hard to choose just one. Louise says, the most important thing I've learned since joining the Swole fam is that discipline beats motivation every single time. Motivation comes and goes, but showing up is non-negotiable. Even on the days I don't feel like training, I still pull up because future me and my family deserve that version of me. This place rewired my mindset from excuses to execution. Respect the process. What a great... I love it. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. Motivation. When we say motivation is bullshit, it's a feeling. You're not going to feel like training all the time. You're not going to feel like... It's okay. You don't have to feel like it. That's the point. The whole point is not, how do I feel like training all the time? Papa Swolio, how do you feel like working out all the time? I don't always feel like working out. I don't even think about that. I'm not always happy with my programming. Sometimes I'm not sure what exercise to choose, or I'm torn, or I feel a little bit bummed out, or I'm a little bit stressed. I'm like, things just don't, my flow is off. It just happens. But you stay consistent, you do the things, and then guess what? You keep focused on the execution, and then those things you realize, it's just like a moving meditation every day. Those things come and go. You realize it's just an emotion, and you execute. So you don't have to feel like it, but you have to have the things in place that allow you to execute whether or not you feel like it. And then you find that North Star and that anchor point with the 7 pillars, and then some of those emotions just fluctuate, as they always are going to. Indeed, respect the process. And we have this on Total Body Ignite. Alexander says, is there any recommendation, this is in the app, Total Body Ignite, is there any recommendation anyone has on amount of weight to use and alternatives to squat-based workouts? My issue is I've had to go to physical therapy for my knees, and I'm all but destined to have my knees replaced. Should I be doing 80% or an 80, 90, 100? I don't know what those numbers are necessarily referring to. You mean like 80% of your 1 rep max, or... Anyway, let's just get to the nitty gritty. You have issues with your knees. Have you checked out the mobility masterclasses? Check out the ankle mobility masterclass in the masterclass section. Check out the hip mobility and the knee mobility. So reverse sled, step downs, Nordic curls, Cossack squats, Jefferson curls, all these things. Very important for your knees. Tibialis anterior work, calf stretching, yoga, hyper machines, 45-degree hyper, reverse hyper, all these things. Ankles, knees, hips, it's all connected. So I would make sure you're doing that. Reverse sled is the most important thing that I do on a regular basis. And I do it every time I train. I do reverse hyper all the time. I make sure these mobility processes and these end ranges, like the step downs and the reverse sled, are always part of my program to strengthen, the tendons and the knees. So very important that you practice those mobility protocols. And if you haven't yet, focus on that. Focus on that and make a big difference. All right, let's get into some questions. Here we go. Ask Papa Swolio.
The more you hate me, the more you will learn.
All right. All right. Okay. Let's see. What do we got here?
What's in the box?
Questions, drop them in the comments if you have them. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Avocado chips, obviously spelled differently. Workout for bigger ass. Train those glutes. Hip bridges. 45-degree hypers are great. Bulgarian split squats. Sumo squats with a lot of external rotation. Doing kickbacks. Step back lunges. So you want to train the glutes from different ranges of motion, lengthen positions, shorten positions, with external rotation. Make sure you're working your adductors too. So doing the hip abduction machine. And there's a lot of different things you could do for that. So progressively overload and do a glute exercise. Hip bridges are great. Step back lunges or deficit step back lunges are great. You could use a Smith machine. You could do Bulgarian split squats. And if you want to work your butt, make sure you're focusing more on the hinge portion. That's glutes and adductors, and you're keeping your knee not from going over your toes more when you're doing these step back lunges. If your knee goes over your toes more, you get more knee flexion, and it's going to lead to more knee extension, which is going to activate the quads more. So if you're looking for more glute bias squats and stuff, make sure you keep your butt back and your knees from traveling too far forward. You do a low back bar squat, good mornings. A lot of these things, stiff leg deadlifts are great for the hamstrings, glutes, and adductors. RDLs are great for the glutes. But I personally would do 45-degree hypers, banded and with weights, alternating and mixing those in. I would make sure you're doing heavy squat patterns. I would make sure you're doing some sort of a kickback or shortened glute movement like the abduction, like 45-degree banded hypers, like hip bridges, and the like. So, and get stronger. Lunges are great for glutes, but you want to make sure your knees aren't going too far forward. That way you're working more on that hip extension component. Let's see. AMRLASY. Papa Swolio, does the bro split work? Sure. I don't think everyone agrees on what the bro split technically is. So all splits work. It just depends on which one's going to work better. So training body parts once a week is good. Training body parts twice a week is better. Training them 3 times a week can be better for certain body parts or certain splits, but it might not be ideal. So bro splits work. It really depends on the volume, the intensity, and the exercise selection, and really just how quickly and how you're able to recover. So I used to do once a week. I think it's better twice a week, and I would encourage you to do higher intensity, lower volume, and train body parts twice a week. So a lot of things work, but some things work better. All right, let's get another one. More questions. Omar Alabsi. I do calisthenics. Is it good? Sure. What are you trying to do? It's good to get better at calisthenics. You want to build muscle, lift heavy weights. Azan01, what do you tell yourself after you fail to accomplish your goals? I'm not focusing on the end goal so much. Goals change, ideas. I have a certain direction, but I'm focusing on the day-to-day, so I actually don't really do this at all. I'm not like, oh, I didn't accomplish my goal. I don't really do goal setting in that sense. I don't hyperfixate on a specific endpoint. But it all comes down to, no matter what you're working for or what direction you're going, what matters is the day-to-day. And I think it's okay, too, to not always know exactly. Like, what's your 5-year and 10-year plan? I mean, you can overmap your life and you can overstress yourself out and put your whole shit into a box. Unless you have something, if you have something very specific that you want, sure, okay, that's your goal. Okay, what does it take to get there? And then work your way back. So you shouldn't really be, after you fail, keep going. If you're going the right direction, the execution that you're doing towards an end, you're making progress. So just keep going. Maybe it pushes it back a little bit. Maybe you have to adjust and just keep going. Keep going. Life goes on. Keep going. Life goes on. Keep going. Aragoan, Papa Swolio, protein shakes. To hit protein goals, yay or nay? People were obsessed with protein a little bit. I wouldn't be sucking down. Maybe if you're having one a day, maybe in the morning or after a workout, that's fine. But if you're doing like 40, 60 grams, if you're just doing tons of protein every day with shakes, you need to work more on your nutrition, right? 0.8 grams per pound of body weight. So you should be getting more of that through whole foods. Don't depend on shakes to hit protein goals. And you might be elevating protein too much. You might be trying to hit more than a gram per pound of body weight. And then you're just taking in unnecessary amounts of protein. So you don't need excessive protein. You need enough, but that should be easily attainable with food. But then a protein shake can help. Sometimes you might be convenient, but it's also what the ingredients are in that protein shake. A lot of times there's artificial sweeteners and flavorings and fillers and heavy metals. So you gotta really make sure you're getting good quality. Mark, Papa Soil is listening to a podcast that says creatine before bed is beneficial. Was wondering what your take on that is. I've had creatine before bed. I don't do it anymore. I do in the morning and during the day. I don't know if it matters. I think it would depend on how close to bed, and I don't know if there's any specific evidence that shows that like it's better to take it before bed. I'm not sure if it matters if you take it before bed or not. I don't know if there's anything negative about sleep. Maybe it's beneficial, but I guess try it, see if you like it. So I used to do it. I haven't done it lately. But you can. I don't know if there's any contraindication to not do it. Healthy Daddy, what do you eat besides steak? Raw dairy, cheese, kefir, yogurt, eggs, fruit, honey, maple syrup, dates, chicken, fish. If Mama Solio is making it, we don't really do fish much, but she'll make chicken now and again. Different types of steak, ground beef, skirt steak, ribeyes. We'll do different types of steak, bone broth. A lot of good foods, mostly meat and fruit, with like white rice or sweet potatoes or white potatoes or some sort of carbs. All right. Mark said, from what they said, it benefits sleep, but I find that kind of meh. It's very good. Creatine's really good for mental health too. So if you like creatine, you're taking 5 grams. Like I've said, try taking 10 to 15 grams. Try taking a little bit extra. It can be really good for cognitive benefits, especially if you're sleep deprived or you have a little brain fog. So try taking a little bit more creatine. I'll take 5 to 15 grams a day, depending. I just haven't dabbled with it in the evening lately. I might try it again, but I've been sleeping well, so I haven't really fucked with it again. It's like one of those things, if you're feeling good doing what you're doing, keep doing it. You don't have to keep on adding things and changing things. A lot of times people like, hey, I do this. It feels really good. What if I add this? What if I add this? You don't need to stack like 30 supplements or anything like that before bed. So try to keep it simple. That way you know what's working and what's not. And just be patient. If you're doing well and it works for you, do it until it's not working for you. All right, let's get into a couple other announcements. By the way, I don't know if you've spent some time. How many of you have spent some time over at papaswolio.com? Because if you don't know, fam, we got tapestries
This is
here.
a castle, isn't it?
You know we do.
There are tapestries.
Yeah.
We have many tapestries.
We have many tapestries. Turn your casa into a castle with our tapestries. Head on over to papaswolio.com. And some of you are like, well, I don't want tapestries. Well, cool. We got lots of merch. We got swole tunes. We got lots of stuff over there. But we do have tapestries. Because if you're looking at that, what the hell is a tapestry? Hangs on the wall. Keeps your walls warm, especially if you have a castle. So get your tapestries today. Don't be slacking on that. Get those tapestries going. Get yourself some tapestries.
That's deep.
All right, let's get into some videos. Let's see what we got here. We'll take the shortest one first, and that is short. This is called Didn't Want a Cat Funny. Didn't want a cat funny. All right. Hashtag swole for life. We'll take the funny one first. Why not? Let's see what we got here.
Guys, come and have a look at my boyfriend who didn't want a cat.
A cat.
You big soft bugger.
I killed it.
I didn't see this one. Just with the fucking garbage bag. I killed it. Yeah. Yeah, about cats. About cats. Good for you. Good for you. Get yourself a dog. Get yourself a mustard man. Or a dog that's the same size as a cat. Hashtag swole for life. All right.
Aww. Hi, puppy.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Ooh. This one's called Healthy Lifestyle.
What's in the box?
And along the same lines as this comment, the number of times I see looking for an active lifestyle, looking for a healthy lifestyle, somebody who lives a healthy life on dating apps. I am not somebody who lives an active life. I don't like going to the gym, okay? I'll do it. I don't like working out. I don't like eating well. I'll do it. I don't want to. But those same men still like me, even though I've given no indication that I enjoy going to the gym or working out or live any type of active, healthy lifestyle. Like, nothing about my profile will scream healthy lifestyle, but they still like me because they see thin girls.
Okay, I gotta pause this for a second. Holy shit, decaf. Come on. No one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear that. Jesus Christ. Slow it down.
What is the
Pause.
best move to silence a woman?
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And immediately assume that I must work out and I must be in shape, or they just don't care because they're not attracted to plus size people. But the easiest way to mask that is saying healthy lifestyle, even though I don't lead what I would consider the healthiest lifestyle out there. I think seeing that over and over again, it annoys me so badly because I'm like, just say what you mean. Call a spade a spade. Don't sit there and say that if you meet a skinny girl who eats badly, doesn't go to the gym, and vapes all the time, you're not going to be interested, because chances are you still are, because you're really...
Sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
All right. I didn't know that was going to be like that. So that's enough. It's okay. Hold on. Everyone listen. Listen to this. Are you ready? Better. Now that's a good video right there. That's a good video. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. This one's called Baby. A gay man tries to get pregnant. Oh, boy. But we got double throwbacks today, and then we'll talk a little bit about what's going on for the rest of the week.
You also did try to have a baby regularly, didn't you?
I mean, it's exhausting. I mean, I read every book. They're like, do this position, it'll be a girl. Do this position, it'll be a boy. Like, overnight, all night, like literally every night.
Banging chicks? You're just banging a girl?
No, I was having sex with my husband. And then finally, I sought medical attention because I was like, there's something fundamentally wrong. Like, we just can't get pregnant. And so.
Wait, time out. You're trying different positions with your husband, Nathan. Very nice guy. I like Nathan a lot. Salt of the earth guy, met him really down to earth, but you're doing positions that you're reading in books for heterosexual sex, and you're smart.
Well, I didn't specify that in the book, but the doctor explained to me that you needed to have a female involved to actually conceive the baby. And so at that point, I just called my sister, and it was really easy after that.
Yeah, it's a troll. You're getting attention. I mean, you have 3 crosses on. It's just the LARP. It's just not funny. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. All right. All right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, obviously. You get attention. Cool. You're a drag queen. We get it. All right. Very funny. Very funny. Good stuff. Good stuff. Before we get into the swole card, here's a little something for you guys. By the way, 2 days ago, we dropped Swole Bunny merch, so check that out. That's nice. Tengo músculos. Muchos músculos. Check it out. Buy one, get one 50. We got new yoga, Yang to Yin Express class. And also we have Rise and Swole. It's more like a noon and swole, lunch and swole. Tomorrow from 11 to 12. Episode will be private. So join us, swolenormousx.com. And then also on Friday, after Friday's episode, we will have an overtime segment on Friday. So make sure you're there for that. After the show on Friday, we will have an overtime segment, and it'll be streamed exclusively inside the Daily Swole Telegram chat. So make sure that you log into that. All the links are there inside the Swole Fam Telegram chat. Everyone can help you get in there. Some people are watching there live. So that will be streamed exclusively inside the Daily Swole Telegram chat after the show, right at the end of it. So for those of you that know, and we will be having an OT tomorrow. So make sure you're there for that. So tomorrow, no episode publicly, roundtable at 11 a.m. So be there for that. Join us, get access to all the programs, master classes, everything that we talked about, the community. And then we will have another episode on Friday, and we'll have overtime right after it. Okay, special event. So we'll see you there for that. Let's give away the swole card, and we'll sandwich the throwbacks. We'll do a throwback, then we'll do the swole card, then we'll do another throwback, unless these are, or is that yesterday? No, we have one throwback. One throwback, so we'll do the swole card first. All right, that wasn't yesterday. It was yesterday's episode that wasn't
What's in the box?
deleted yet. Swole card time. There we go. Swole for life. Who's getting swole for life? Oh, we do have a swoller for lifer. It is Loretta. Congratulations, Loretta. Swole for life. Represent. Represent. Thanks for being here, everyone. We do got a throwback coming up in a moment. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 3576 in the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. Congratulations on winning today's swole card. Swole for life. Isn't that nice? Aww. Swole for life indeed. Swole for life indeed. All right, TBT. Let's get into this throwback, bitches. Good stuff. Good meals. Everyone wants to eat a steak after that Rate My Meal. Let's see what we got here.
Okay, so one last thing.
All right. First impressions. Vegan. Steak needed. Gym. Absolutely needed. Let's play it again.
Okay, so one last thing on National Eating Disorder Awareness this week.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I am, and always will be, a fat liberationist.
Gay!
And a fat ally. Fat is not a dirty word. Fat does not mean unhealthy. Fat is beautiful.
What are you, retarded?
Am I supposed to be like, yes, fat is good. Yes, repeat after me, fat is beautiful. Like, who is that retarded that listens to this? Like, yes, queen, slay.
Yes, slay.
I believe in health at every size. You cannot look at someone fat and assume that they're unhealthy.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. That's the easiest thing to tell. That's the easiest thing to tell. Everyone's tired of the race grifting. I'm tired of the fat grifting. Look, you can say fat is beautiful. You're wrong. No, you're not. You're just in denial. And you're an ally. You're a pussy. You're weak. You're just fronting, right? You're just putting shit out there, pretending you're something you're not. You're standing up for people that are lying. You're standing up for weakness and pathetic victims, and no one cares about that. So you can have opinions. You can say what you want, but stop trying to make gluttony and sloth and stop trying to make fetch happen. Stop trying to make fat happen. It's not attractive. No one wants to be fat. No one likes it when they gain a lot of weight, but they do. So it's easier to pretend like everyone else is a meanie and you're fat because why? Because this is the way I am and I'm beautiful and I'm great just the way I am. Sure, for now. Next week, you got the beatus. Next week, you're going to have the heart disease. Next week, you're going to have X, Y, and Z. So it's all fun and games until the bills start showing up and the medications start, it's all fun and games until you start having those problems. And then oopsies, oh, fat is beautiful. Well, you're also sick and decaying from the inside out. So maybe you'd like to walk up a flight of stairs and not be out of breath. Why not? All right. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. So I want to see you guys there. Well, hear you guys there because we're going to have the Zoom call. So tomorrow at 11 a.m., be there and we'll have a great chat. 11 to about 12:15. So enjoy. Go get some sun on your nips if you can. It's hot as fuck. We're getting beautiful weather up through like the mid-high 80s. Holy shit, through like the weekend, and then it drops to be like 65 again. It drops in like the 40s. So we're having a few days. So nips are out. We're good with the nips for about a week, for a few more days. Then we get a little cold spell again. That's probably the last one for the year. So get some sun on those nips, roast those titties, go to the fucking gym, make some gains. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you, Beaches. And remember, we will see you also on Friday. So Friday episode right after, we have an overtime segment. So tell your friends. It's going to be great. New driving while gaining. It's going to be great. The best driving while gaining ever. No one drives and gains the way that Papa Swolio does. So it's going to be a good time. We'll see you then. But Roundtable 97 tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern time. We will see you there. Get those nips out and sun the sack if you can. Peace, McGee's, Deuce, Magoose. Your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no ollies, you children popping.